Hey guys, so my name is Lindsey, and this is episode 11. Yes, so for today's episode, it can be a little bit triggering for some who are still struggling with grief. So if you're still struggling with that, I wouldn't watch this. I'm going to try to make it a little bit lighthearted. But with my last episode that I talked about my mom, I did say that I would make another episode reflecting on how my journey is going, because I really do think that is important to talk about, especially being in my 20s, navigating adulthood, navigating marriage, just navigating everything in life that you would turn to your mom to for advice. So I want to be that outlet for you guys. I want to be that big sister type figure that you can go to whenever you are feeling alone in the grief process, because that shit is hard. No one prepares you for it. So talking about my journey, I thought I would share some really intimate moments that I was having whenever I was writing to my mom. I have a little journal that I write to my mom in whenever I'm feeling really lost, or whenever I'm feeling really emotional when I'm missing her. Sometimes it makes it worse, sometimes it makes it better. I haven't written in it in a while because there's a lot going on. I think my last journal date, it was in April, so it's been a long time since I wrote to her. But I have found other ways to connect with her, but journaling has helped me a lot. It's always been a creative outlet for me. So sharing how the journey is going, I will share the last journal prompts that I wrote to her. I'll just say a couple sentences. I wish I got to dream about you more. All of our good memories together. I know you would enjoy Dallas. Maybe not the traffic, but I know there's a lot more to do. I know things are going to get better here because we have you watching over us with Grandpa, of course. I love you, Mom. Pooh. So it's little things like that that helped me through this journey that is still continuing helping me. I read back on these prompts every now and then just to look back on how I was doing, what I've done to basically allow myself to feel the feelings that I'm feeling during this grief process. So if you haven't watched my last episode, I lost my mom in September due to cervical cancer. And it was a very quick passing. I was currently in Missouri whenever my mom, I was living in Missouri when my mom passed. I was there for her whenever she did. But yeah, it was a really tough moment for me. We're not going to go in detail because it was pretty sad, and I don't want to cry for you guys today. I'm all cried out, at least for the next couple of months. But, yeah, I lost my mom to cervical cancer, and I truly believe it's a really strong part of my testimony. I will always talk about the passing of my mom. I'll always be talking about the woman my mom was, because it's a really important part of my story. It's part of who I'm becoming today. So jumping into that, the science of becoming. So since the passing of my mom, there's been a lot of events that have changed who I am, that have literally reconstructed my brain thinking, that have opened my mind up to things that I never would even think before. Losing my mom has also given me a second vision. So I've always had a very strong intuition, but losing my mom, I have this guardian angel over me now, telling me these things that are good for me, telling me these things that are bad for me. And it's a second vision. I call it that because I'm seeing things that I never saw before. I think that's my mom. That's a whole nother spiritual thing that we can talk about later. I find myself very spiritual. I get that from my mom and dad. I'm very in sync with my soul. I'm very in sync with the universe. So that's another episode. So as I also briefly talked about in the last episode, whenever I was with Maddy, I talked about how I thought my brain was fully developed. as some of you may not know, our brain does not fully develop until we are in our 20s. Most of us, at least. Sometimes it takes us longer to fully develop, but your cortex is still constantly forming. Your cortex is constantly creating these thought patterns that your brain needs to live and survive. So with these events that have happened since the passing of my mom, I've lost some people in my life that were really toxic for me, that were secretly really, really energy draining for me, and I lost them, and it's been the best thing that's happened to me in my life. I have had some other events that have happened to me that have changed what I'm thinking, that have changed my career aspirations. So recently, I've had a huge career shift, and that's allowed me to completely become who I want to be. I'm still working on it, but I'm going after some entrepreneurship opportunities, and I'm very excited. I'm thankful to have the opportunity to go after this aspiration of mine. My husband, he has a solid job, so I'm really thankful that he is there for me, supporting me through all of this, because I don't know where I would be without him. And yeah, so whenever your brain starts developing, I'm going to try to make it as simple as possible, because I thought brain development in your 20s, like it doesn't develop in your 20s, was a real thing. I didn't think that was a real thing until the past couple of months. So whenever your brain is making these very big shifts, you have it's like a rush of thoughts. It's a rush of ambitions that come to you all at once. So the best way I can explain it is you are sitting in bed, just chilling out, and you have this most intrusive thought to start something. And then along with that, you have this most intrusive thought to dye your hair. You have this intrusive thought to cut your hair. Since my mom has passed, I have been through 3 different hair colors. I have cut my hair 3 different times, and yeah, it's been a crazy ride. But it's also emotional regulation. With brain development, you are becoming the woman that you were always meant to be. Your emotions are a lot more regulated. I'm not going to say that I'm completely perfect right now. Obviously, I'm still working out things. I'm obviously still going through my grief journey, so there's going to be ups and downs, but I'm very excited. It's like this thing I can't explain. You have to go through it to know what I'm talking about. I just can't grasp this enough. There's not words that I can explain how it feels. You just have to go through it. But with all of these changes, I've become the woman that I want to be, the woman that my mom and dad have raised me to be. And I'm excited. So reflecting on my mind shifting, going through this grief process, understanding it, and then also adjusting to the huge mind shifts that I've been through. I have lost some things along the way as well. I have given up a job opportunity that would have given me the marketing experience that I've wanted for most of my college career, because of this entrepreneurial opportunity that I am chasing. But that's a part of this whole journey. That's a part of it. So when you lose one thing, you gain another thing that's better in your favor. It was really hard giving up this marketing opportunity because the company was great. It was exactly what I wanted. It was giving me the freedom to do whatever I wanted within marketing. It was giving me the freedom to grow the company in ways that I wanted to grow it. It was giving me a creative outlet that I can give all of my ideas into, that I can showcase my skills for growing the company and showing them which KPIs work the best, whatever. But I gave that up. I gave all of that up to chase after this company. It was like a very intrusive thought. I don't really know how to put my mind on it, but my brain just kept telling me to quit. Just quit. Life is way too damn short to do what you don't think is right for you. This marketing opportunity I thought was right for me. I thought it was right. I was so excited to start it. But it was like every day my body was shutting down. I was laying in bed for hours. I wasn't getting my homework done. I wasn't getting any kind of house chores done. I didn't feel like cooking any of the days. And I love cooking. I'm a huge cooker. If you guys go to my TikTok, that's what my TikTok is based off of. I love food. I love baking. But whenever I was at this job, my body was literally shutting down. It was like it was rejecting everything that I was doing at this job. And I had to do something about it. And my mind just kept saying, start that business. So I'm like, what are you talking about? I was telling myself, like, you're actually insane. This is the worst time to do this right now. Why is my mind telling me this? Why am I thinking about this every single day? But the thing with your gut, it's mostly right. It's always mostly right. And with this business opportunity, I have dipped into it. I've dabbled into it a little bit. And I enjoyed it a lot. It was a very peaceful thing. It was like it came to me naturally. So yeah, basically to sum it all up, I left a perfect opportunity to trust my gut. And there's a sense of peace that comes with trusting your gut. There's a sense of peace that comes with not knowing the unknown. How powerful is it that our intuition knows what's best for us? How powerful is it that our soul is so aligned with the universe that it knows what's best for us? So it's just going to make us go chase after it. That's a really powerful thing when you're in tune with your intuition. You need to always trust your gut. We need to be healing our traumas. We need to be healing those toxic patterns so we can be able to trust our gut. I'm not going to get on here and tell you guys to freaking quit your job when you don't have something lined up. I was given the opportunity to quit. Not everyone is blessed like that. So I'm not going to get on here and tell you to quit your job, because that's the worst tip anyone can ever give you. Obviously, get your finances straight. Get a therapist, talk to him about it, and do what you need to do. Do the damn thing. Life is too short. Figure that shit out. We need to get up off the bed and figure that shit out. I think I waited way too long to quit that job, even though I don't want to say how long it was. It wasn't really that long, but I waited too long when I could have been starting it when we had moved here, but I didn't. And moving into waiting too long and talking about how grief has affected this process. Basically, grief has forced me to become this person that I was always meant to be. I think before, whenever my mom was alive, I did have that motivation that she had given me every single day. My mom was always pushing me. Even though we didn't have the best relationship, she was always pushing me. She was always telling me, Lindsey, you need to get up. You need to do the damn thing. My mom was a huge business person, and she liked to talk. So forcing myself to get out of my shell, get out of my bubble, talk to new people, get those connections, set my boundaries, stand strong on them. All of this grief process has forced me into doing all of this, which is why I think my brain development. Why I think it came to me so fast, because of grief. Grief has forced me to do all of this, and I'm so thankful for it. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I have repainted the picture in moments that my mom would have been there. I have accomplished things that I wish my mom would have been there to see. And with all of this brain shift, with all of this grief process, it's really important to know why you're doing it. It's really important to know your purpose in life. And unfortunately, it didn't take me until losing my mom to figure out that purpose. So, you might be asking how this has all changed. What even does brain development do for your mindset? So, emotionally, I'm not going to say I have been completely balanced with my emotions, because I'm still going to have those off days, but I'm doing better about I did have a bit of a temper tantrum. You can ask my husband, he will tell you. I was a little bit short-tempered, especially with like things like cleaning the house or doing dishes. My mind gets very overwhelmed and I get OCD like my mom, and it used to overwhelm me a lot. But ever since having this shift, I've just taken a moment to breathe. I've taken a moment to realize it's not the end of the world. All of these little things that we're stressing about, it's not the end of the world. Why are we stressing about this? Why am I freaking out about that little speck on the floor? Why am I freaking out about that dish in the sink? Why do I need to do that right now? It's fine. Emotionally, it has affected me in more ways than I can really explain right now. We can sit here for hours and I could talk about how my emotions have changed. Also, how I've changed mentally. I'm realizing I need to find people and I need to surround myself with people who have the same mindset as me, who have the same goals as me. I don't want people in my square who are talking bad about other people. I've never been someone to I've tried not to be someone to judge others. I've found myself in situations where I've been forced to make conversation about it. And getting older, it's very immature. It's giving high school. So it's really important to surround myself with people who could care less about what Sally is doing with her ex or what Donna is doing to her baby daddy. Like, come on. We're getting too old for that shit. Spiritually, that's going to have to be another episode, because spiritually, babe, that's a whole nother dynamic that I cannot talk about right now, because we're going to be on here for hours. But to sum it all up, spiritually, I'm more in tune with my intuition, like I said before, and I'm having a lot more dreams. So I don't know if I've mentioned this on previous episodes, but I've always been a dreamer. But ever since my mom passed, I didn't really have a lot of dreams, which was really sad to me, because I thought I was going to dream about her a lot more often, like happy moments. But I whenever my mom passed, I kind of lost a dreaming habit. But I'm slowly picking that back up. I'm having a lot more dynamic dreams, these crazy dreams that we could be making movies about. I even wrote in some of my journal prompts to her, like, I just want to be able to dream about you. I've always been a huge dreamer. Just send me some dreams. Like, give me a crazy dream. Dreaming is something that I look forward to every single night, because sometimes it's weird, sometimes it's good, sometimes it can be a little crazy. But yeah, I'm back to dreaming. Dreams are very spiritual to me. That dreams have a lot more meanings than you guys think. If you start recording what you're dreaming about, it's gonna be amazing what you discover, why you're dreaming about it, what it means. You can even find like these insecurities that you're having through your dreams. So for example, whenever my husband and I first started out, I would say a couple years ago, I used to have a lot of dreams about my husband being with other women. And if you don't know, whenever you dream about your partner being with other women, it's an insecurity that you have of yourself. Not that your husband is cheating, not that your boyfriend is cheating. It's an insecurity that you're having yourself, that you don't think you're good enough, or you think that your husband's going to leave you. But that's another meaning behind those types of dreams. Sometimes it can mean another thing as well. It all depends on where your relationship is at this moment. Yeah, losing my mom, getting my brain developed has changed me emotionally, spiritually, mentally. I'm like a completely new woman. If you knew me last year, you didn't. The new year new me is like a whole different meaning to me right now. Not even physically, like I'm literally a completely different person. Even like, I would even go as far to say, if you knew me in January, even February, you don't know the me now. So, with all of that to say, even with the woman that I am now, and all of the changes that I've been through, even if my mom is not here to see it, even if my mom is not there to guide me along this whole brand new brain shift to provide me the answers that I need, she built this foundation. She is the one who has made me the woman that I am today. If we're being straight up, we just cry, but she is a woman that I had inspired to be before she lost her dad. Even after she lost her dad, there were those moments that I recognized, like, I'm gonna be you one day. I'm gonna be my mom one day. I am the woman that my mom always wanted me to be, and that's a testimony of mine. I lost my mom to gain this woman. I lost my mom to gain the woman that I am today. And I'm so like, it's so crazy that I'm saying this, because growing up, if you told me that I'm just like my mom, I would have said, no, I'm not. I would have said, you're crazy. Closing this episode, I want to make this like a journal prompt, since I haven't really been talking to my mom. It's been more of a reflection type thing. What would I say to her? What would I say to my mom? I would say, first of all, thank you. Thank you for everything you've done for me in my life. Thank you for giving me the tools I need to go on in life without you physically here in person. Thank you for allowing my siblings to be strong enough to still be in this world without you. Thank you for watching over my dad during this process of grief where he feels alone. And I'm so proud of all of us. I know you would be proud as well for how we have handled this whole situation without you. You have seemed to be the glue of the family. You and my sister have always been the glue to the family. So thank you for always being there for us. And I'm so thankful to be in this moment now because of everything that has happened, because of everything that you have been through. You've taught me to do better. And yeah, that's what I would say to her. My task for you guys this week is to, if you've lost a loved one, even if you haven't, if you're going through a phase where it feels like you're losing a loved one because you guys might not be connected, I want you to write a letter to them on how you would thank them. Even if it's a toxic relationship, even if you might seem mad at them, what would you thank them for? What are you thankful for that they brought you to this moment? But yeah, I'm sorry if this episode made you guys a little bit sad. I'm just giving you guys my journey on my brain development. I love you guys. I won't see you guys next week. Maddy will, for episode 12. And I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you reflect this week. I hope some things happen to you where it brings you to this brain shift, because it's crucial that we have it. But yeah, I will see you guys later. Bye, twins.